Hello everyone, my name is Will, and today on this podcast I'll be talking about how the younger generation don't know or aren't aware of potential problems of the lower limb. I'll also be talking about why I think it's important to increase my and everyone's understanding and knowledge about their health, well-being and the role of prevention. So I'll start with something about me, which also plays into how other people live their lives as well. I was recently diagnosed with the early stages of venous disease by the wonderful Ellie Lindsay. I would have had absolutely no idea that was, I didn't even know what venous disease was really, and nor did most of my friends. So that would have been left unchecked throughout my whole life, and I've been wondering why certain things that would have been happening to me in the future were happening. And obviously I'd have eventually got checked out, but because Ellie's caught it so early, there are actual solutions that can be taken up before anything gets much worse. Obviously it's a slow progression, but something like compression socks, which I didn't even know existed, they help bring the blood back up to the heart and just support your legs, so it's easier for your legs to keep working how they should be on the blood, etc. Again, I sound like a complete novice because I am, but I'm just telling you from a young man who is new to all of this. So my friends, when I told them about this, they had absolutely no clue. I mean, most young people haven't got a clue about medicine unless they're interested in it. So they just live their lives feeling like they're invincible. They eat whatever they want to eat. They treat their bodies not really how they should be treated, and they're setting themselves up for disease later on in life, which apparently we have an epidemic of already. Like the obesity rates are through the roof, and I think one of the reasons for that is, especially in poorer communities, convenience stores are everywhere, and most of the food in there is absolute garbage, and it's really cheap. And I don't think you ever see a health store in a poorer community, obviously because the clientele is different in different places, but there's obviously a reason for that. I don't know the specific reason, but food is cheap, and if it's cheap, people buy it, and there are a huge amount of calories in it, so you gain weight a lot easier on a lot less food. I mean, look at McDonald's. A 99p burger has about 400 calories in it, and it's only 99p. Like a salad for the equivalent amount of calories would be over £10, you know? So that's a big reason, and people don't think about it when they're eating these foods. They're just eating them and getting sustenance from that initial glucose spike, etc. But it's not good for the body, and they are literally setting themselves up for disease later on in life. And I wish more people knew about it, because it's not doing the NHS any good. It's already under a huge amount of stress from COVID and staffing issues, etc. So no, we could be setting ourselves up for quite a dangerous situation, because I don't know how much funding the NHS is going to have in the future, but having more people treating their bodies in a worse way isn't going to help anything. So I think it's important to increase our understanding of our own health, get regular checkups, even when you're young, because yes, you feel like you're the king of the world when you're 22, but if you only eat donuts and hamburgers all day and don't do much exercise, which unfortunately quite a few people do lack in their lives, you're going to be in a situation that could leave you with irreparable damage to one of your organs, or issues with circulation, blocked arteries, and people are dying from heart attacks in their 40s and their 30s even, you know. So it is so important And that's why I think anyone and everyone should be able to have access to this healthcare and be able to sort of have the foresight to actually go, think about the future, and go and get a checkup, like getting your blood pressure done, because I got my blood pressure done, I think it was about 4 months ago, the first time in about 7, maybe 8 years, and it was high. It was 140 over 80 something, 89 I think, I can't remember quite exactly what it was, and I made some changes to my diet. It may have partly been because I wasn't fully relaxed whilst doing the blood pressure, but my next 2 or 3 that I did were completely normal. I think they were 121 over 79 or something, 72. So if I'd have left that unchecked though, I could have been, in a serious situation, because high blood pressure is a silent killer. So having seen that, I've reduced the salt in my diet. I've increased my water consumption, and I've increased my roughage and fibre, because that all plays a part into your overall health. People don't realise how important eating is to your health. And I know I've said this before, but people, especially people my age, just don't really seem to care. Like all of my friends, they'll eat whatever they want to eat, and luckily most of them have really high metabolism, so none of them are really fat. But they just really don't care. They go for takeaways all the time, and they have absolutely no knowledge whatsoever on the potential issues that can bring, or they just don't care. But when I told them about my venous disease, or my early stages of that, they had no idea. And I almost did like a self-diagnosis on them. So I looked at their feet and legs, and obviously I'm a novice, but I saw what I saw in my feet, which was really scary, because most of my friends are my age, and it's not good. It's not good at all. So I told them about it, but it's up to them to make a change in their life. And hopefully, I just hope that they will. A lot of them smoke cigarettes, which is terrible, absolutely terrible for you, as so many people know, and they're aware of it, but they carry on because they think they're invincible. They think, yeah, I'll just smoke for the next 5-10 years, and then I'll quit. But by then, your lungs are black. It's probably a little bit too late. And they'll already have circulation issues, and make their supposed, diagnosis from me, but their supposed venous disease even worse. So it's a real shame. It's a real shame that they're like that, and I hope I'll have a positive impact on their life, but at the end of the day, it's completely up to them. I even looked at one of my friend's parents' legs, and she definitely had venous disease too, in quite the late stages. So I sort of encouraged her to get some help, but she wasn't really interested, which is equally a great shame. So it shows you don't even have to be young to be fearful or reluctant to get help. So I did my best, but there you go. So that is basically my podcast, and I really hope you enjoyed listening to it. And it was great fun, because I didn't have any notes. I was just saying, what I thought was best to say. And really hope you liked it. So thanks very much.